all as well. That's totally fine. I wanted to talk to you this week about an email that I got from my local Brisbane plumber, and they sent an email to all of their clients saying, hey guys, just got to let you know the prices are going up. The reason is because of the price of PVC. It has to do with what is happening in the Middle East. And I was really interested in that because obviously it can be really hard to get a tradie at the moment. It can be very expensive at the moment. And it's because, you know, the customers are doing it tough, but the businesses are doing it tough as well. And plumbing is one of the many industries feeling that tight squeeze right now as conflict overseas ratchets up costs and disrupts supply. Penny Corner is the CEO of the Master Plumbers Association Queensland. Good morning, Penny.
Good morning, Sally.
So you've been looking into the situation that's been described as an ongoing crisis. Just how bad have things gotten over the past 12 months?
We sure have been looking into it. It's been a very difficult, probably last sort of 6 weeks for many plumbing businesses right here in Queensland. So the plumbing industry, it's facing, you know, a significant heightened pressure in relation to the disruption that we're seeing with the supply chain. So we're seeing escalating material costs, and obviously that's having a broader impact on the economy. So we're seeing significant increases in the cost of key materials, so particularly in plastics such as PVC or polyethylene or polypropylene. And they've all reported an increase of about 36 to 55% depending on your location.
Wow. And is this something that you're seeing Australia-wide or particularly in Queensland?
So we're seeing it Australia-wide. We're very lucky here in Queensland. We actually have a number of manufacturers that make PVC right here in Brisbane. But unfortunately, they require the raw materials, which normally come from the Middle East. And so because of the challenges with the war, they obviously haven't been able to get the raw materials here to Queensland to be able to manufacture the pipe.
So that email that I got from my local plumber, are there lots of local plumbers sending those emails out around the country?
There are lots of plumbing businesses in Queensland that are sending out communication to their customers to let them know that unfortunately there will be price increases, and not just in relation to materials but also in regards to the fuel costs as well. Penny
Corner is with us. She's the CEO of the Master Plumbers Association in Queensland. You're on 612 ABC Brisbane and Queensland. Penny, just anecdotally, the discussions that I've had with plumbers that have come to my house, they've kind of said it's difficult to get younger people into the game, therefore that's driving prices up as well. How will this shortage of materials add to that issue?
I suppose our concern is that businesses will currently be looking at their overheads, and we are very concerned that they may look to put apprentices off at the moment because things are tough in the industry, and so they will look to cut costs where they can. And we're obviously very concerned if they are looking to remove apprentices, then obviously that's going to impact the future pipeline of apprentices that we need to build this future pipeline of work coming through with the Olympics and Paralympics here in Brisbane.
And is this leading to a slowdown of customer demand? Do you think people are putting off non-essential plumbing work because it's just too costly for them?
I believe it will happen. So we are communicating with plumbing businesses each and every day. Some people have said that it has quietened down a little bit, and others have said it is continuing with the work that they've got, which is great. We obviously, you know, plumbing is such an essential service. Plumbers are out there protecting the health and safety of our community, and so we need to make sure that they can do the work that they need to do at your homes or at consumers' properties. So if there is a problem and your hot water system, you've got no hot water, or you've got a blocked toilet, obviously you need to call your local plumber to get that fixed. It's obviously essential.
We're also hearing, Penny, stories about bigger businesses stockpiling a year or more's worth of PVC to ride out the storm. Is that something that you are aware of, and what kind of impact would we then be seeing on smaller operators?
We are aware that larger businesses may have purchased additional stock, and obviously they're doing that to make sure that they don't run out of stock, but also it's a cost because they've quoted jobs and contracted jobs at fixed prices. You can imagine what impact a 35 or 55% increase would have. I was with a plumber the other day, and he predominantly does high-end homes renovations, and he said to me, just on one job, it would be an increase of PVC, which would equate to around $70,000. Like,
wow.
That is huge. How can the plumbing contractor take that cost or that hit to their business when it's not even their fault with what's happening overseas?
Yeah.
So it is having a real impact, and we're really calling on government to provide more support to small businesses that are dealing with this right now.
What kind of support are you looking for then from the state and federal governments in regards to this issue of a lack of materials because of the war in the Middle East?
So the federal government through the ATO has offered some pay relief in terms of deferrals of your PAYG, but we're really looking for more. We're looking for more financial hardship support across the sector so that can help these businesses, because as you can imagine, if they've got locked-in contracts, it's going to have a financial hardship impact to them. And so they can try and renegotiate with the consumer or the builder directly to have these conversations, but it's not always going to work in their favour. But any sort of flexibility that the government can provide, especially around apprentices, if they can help employers so that they can keep apprentices on at this time, that's really what we need. We had a member the other day put an ad up on Seek, and he was looking to hire 2 apprentices. He was a local business based in Brisbane. He had 370 people apply. Wow. So we have a lot of people out there that want to get into the trade, which is so fantastic. We just don't have enough employers to be able to put them on, because it is a real cost to put on apprentices, and we're talking over $250,000 in wages and super costs associated with employing an apprentice for over 4 years. So that is a true cost that employers are wearing each day and each time they employ an apprentice.
And if there is no respite from the federal government, what do you see happening, Penny?
Well, I'm concerned that people will start laying off staff, in particularly apprentices and employees, because they won't be able to sustain them. Or potentially they'll have to shut down their business, or you'll see more insolvencies occurring. So it is a real risk that we definitely need to be aware of. So any support that the government can provide would definitely be welcomed by our industry.
You're on 612 ABC Brisbane and Queensland this morning. Speaking with Penny Corner, she is the CEO of the Master Plumbers Association Queensland. This week I got an email from my local plumbers who were saying, hey guys, we hate to have to do this, but the price of stuff's going up due to the shortage of PVC and the materials that we need due to the crisis in the Middle East. If you would like to comment on this, 0467 922 612, or you can call 1300 222 612. Penny, this morning the United States and Iran have announced that the Strait of Hormuz has been reopened, saying commercial shipping is set to resume immediately. Does that give you a spark of hope, or is the backlog just too great?
Oh, it definitely gives a spark of hope. I know manufacturers have been trying to source raw materials from other countries as well to be able to assist with this process and with this backlog and the supply chain issues that they're currently facing.
Penny Corner, CEO of the Master Plumbers Association. Good to talk to you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Sally.
You're on 612 ABC Brisbane and Queensland this morning. Sally Rope is my name. Great to